on morning, so I want to go ahead and get it out of the way early so I won't have to cook this evening because this work. So you just watch me cook. Video I might explain things, but I have to kind of hurry because I have to go to work later on today. So I'm also going to be live on Facebook as well. So I'll be looking here, this direction and this direction. I'm also going to be going online on my laptop sometimes to look at certain recipes because I don't know um, really how to cook the candy yams. I just need to kind of look at the recipes on online. So I'll be on my laptop from time to time as well, only for like a few minutes to just see what ingredients I need. So y'all enjoy. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with everything, and you just watch me cook Christmas dinner on Christmas morning. All right, so I'm about to go live on Facebook and turn on my other devices as well. Okay, hey, good morning. Merry Christmas. This is Christmas morning. I'm about to start cooking my Christmas dinner on Christmas morning. So throughout the video, I will be doing some talking here and there, demonstrating what I'm doing, and then this direction to uh, I'm on live on YouTube. So, and then I'll be on my laptop looking up certain recipes because there's certain things I really, a couple of things I just have to look into cooking, like mac and cheese. I know how to do it, but it's certain things I might go online and do and look up and candy yams. So throughout the video, I'm just really in my Christmas pajamas and I have a hairnet on. So that'll help protect any hair from going in the food. So I normally wear my hairnet anyway around the house. So if you see something like a black line, that's what that is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my other device, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with the cooking. So the first thing I'm gonna start with is making like a little gravy for the two rotisserie chickens that I have. So let me get this up. I should have started this one early. And I'm doing like multitasking, and I'm also recording on my laptop. I mean not laptop, tablet. So I'm doing like one, two, three, four, five things all at one time, multitasking. All right. Hey, Merry Christmas. Good morning. I am cooking Christmas dinner on Christmas morning. So throughout this video, you will be just watching me cook, and I will be demonstrating through what I'm doing sometimes throughout the video, but most of the time you just really just be watching, okay? Because I have to work a little later on today, so I don't have time to like really explain everything, but you'll see for yourself what I'm doing. So, all right, so I'm gonna bring this down a little more. All right, that's good. Bring it back up. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is going to get started with this gravy that I want to make for the rotisserie. All right, so I've got to plug this up. All This is something that's optional. Uh, you really don't have to do this. I'm just doing it because I don't like dry chicken. So, all right, now I gotta plug this in. I gotta go around the other way. we'll start it off here, this way. All right. So I already opened the cans. I'm just gonna go ahead. So I have I have 2 cans of cream of chicken. All right. And 2 cans of cream of mushroom. I'm gonna mix this all together. I'm gonna turn it on first. Let me see. Oh shoot. So we're on 2, 3. Okay, I might have to change the temperature here in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in there. I hope this pot, or whatever this thing is, electric thing will hold all this. If not, I'm gonna have to put it in a pot. But I just gotta get started. So now I'm just taking a spatula and getting all of this. Normally it starts off very thick, really thick. So I might add water or chicken broth to it. I'm not sure yet. And I'm just gonna mix these all in. This is just something that I'm trying. I just thought I would try this out, but I think it'll work. I think. I got it up too high. Let's turn this down. Let's see, Facebook. All right. Facebook. Let me lower this thing. Okay. There we go. All right. Make sure to turn this over. Okay. There we go. Sometimes throughout the video, I would have to adjust my phone and things. Sometimes it's just. Okay. All right, that's better. So I got them all. We can. I'm gonna get my trash bowl. That's my trash bowl here. And I'm gonna take 1 can because there's still a lot of, goodness in here. So we're gonna add some water to this. And I'm gonna take my spatula and stir around. All right, add a little water to it, just a little, kind of even things out. Then you want to stir that. Now it's really thick, so I'm trying to get it to where it's more of a soupy-like texture. Just stirring it. Once I get it the consistency that I want it, I'm going to put it in my, put it over the chicken. All right. Now, I'm about to add my seasonings to it. So I got the accent. All right. I'll use quite a bit of this because it helps give it flavor. Put it down to 200. And I'm going to take the black pepper. Go in with some black pepper. Now I'm about to go in with onion powder. Next is garlic powder. I'll open this one. Oh, I thought I had one that might have been open. Turn it back up a notch. And I'm going in with the garlic powder now. Alright. So we seasoned that really good. Now I'm going to go back in and just stir all of the seasonings in together. Add a little bit more water. Because I want it to be not so thick, but just like a little soupy a little bit. Like I said, I think with this you can add like chicken broth, but I'm using water. So that's good. May not need no more water after this. Just going to check my volume over here. Let's see. Okay, it's on. All right, now it's loosening up. All right, it's at the consistency now that I want, the way that I want it. All right, now I'm gonna turn this off. Set this to the side. Okay, now I have my pan for my chicken. So this is the lemon pepper flavor rotisserie chicken. All right. Let me wash my hands real quick. chicken in here. And this one is the traditional rotisserie chicken. The flavor. Two. All right, now I'm about to pour this little gravy thing I made. I'm gonna pour it over the chicken. Okay, I'm gonna get a spoon and spread this evenly. And this is my electric little pot thing, so I'm gonna let this simmer or cook on high for like a couple of hours until the rotisserie chicken gets warm. Because I had these in the refrigerator, so they have to get warm, and then that way that while they're simmering, that gravy can get into the meat, hopefully, of the chicken. Let's see. So I'm gonna just kind of take my knife and just kind of poke the chicken a little bit, so that way the seasoning from the little gravy I made can get deep into the chicken. All right, just a few pokes. Okay. Now we're gonna take a spoon and just kind of make sure it's all over. There's a lot of flavor in the rotisserie chicken anyway, but I'm just adding a little more, a little bit more touches to it. All right. So I'm going to place this in my electric thing over there. I'm going to plug it up, let it cook for, let it go cook on probably high for like a couple of hours, because this is some chicken, rotisserie chicken, so that needs to be warm. greens on the stove already. Just checking these out. And I already got a thing of dressing, a small thing of cornbread dressing already done. Now, I'm trying to see what I want to do next. I have to make two more things: peach cobbler, mac and cheese, and the candy yams. So I think next we'll probably work on the candy yams. We'll do that next. Okay, got that ready. All right, so board ready because you got to cut up the sweet potatoes. I got some sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes I have to peel first. I just have to sharpen my knife. So I finally got me a pillar, whatever this thing called. It peels like potatoes and stuff, so I gotta open it. as a protective thing. I'm gonna keep this probably. Alright, let me keep this. Alright, so I have 4 potatoes. They're kind of small. And we're gonna take our trash bowl here. And while I'm peeling the potatoes, it'll be going in the trash bowl. Let's see if I know what I'm doing with this. Alright, just gonna make things a lot easier instead of using a knife. Yeah, okay. Very easy. So I'm old school. Normally I'll take a knife and do it, but it takes up too much time. But you can do it with a knife though. Like peel them with a knife. This one is a big potato. But yeah, this is how the potato turned out. So I'm gonna set this over here. Now this is my first time making homemade candy yams, so y'all have to bear with me. I like when you go in a downward motion, it helps. Okay. Like that. Let's see. Okay, now I'm about to rinse these off. So rinse them off. I'm just taking a paper towel and soaking up some of this water. Because I think they're supposed to be dry. I'm gonna try to cut these up best as I can. So uh-oh. This knife is dull. I'm gonna try this one. Oh, I gotta be bigger than that. Oh, that's. This one is better. This one will do. Whew, it's a lot better. So they're not supposed to be too thin and not too thick, but just like this. So okay, so what I might do, even though I know I started on this, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the mac and cheese and the peach cobbler because I'm gonna put those in the oven while I'm doing this. So I'm gonna set this to the side. about to grate the cheese. I wish I would have did this the day before, but I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna be using Kobe Jack cheese, extra sharp cheddar cheese, and mild cheese, and Gouda cheese. Alright, so I'm gonna get the shredding here. So we're gonna do the extra sharp first. Okay, let's see. Move this a little. Okay. Alright. So now I'm shredding the cheese. Now shredding the cheese may take a minute, so I don't know. Ooh, this is a lot of cheese. if I can just cut this cheese up into small cubes instead of straight, because this is a long process. I think the next ones I do, like I might just cut up the I'm getting in lazy mode. I might just cut up the Kobe Jack and the mild cheddar cheese into like small cube pieces, so that way when I cook it on top of the stove, it'll just melt, because this is a lot of cheese to shred. And I might just shred the Gouda because it's a little bit smaller, but these bigger blocks of cheese, I'm just gonna chop them up real small cube pieces, and that's gonna be it. Let's see. Even the rest of this, I'm just gonna chop it up real small. Okay. Now I'm moving on to the next cheese. So I got 2 things of Gouda. So what I might do is just grate this one so I can have something to put on the top. This will be for maybe the top. Okay, so mm. All right, the rest of this, I'm just gonna chop it up into small squares. Um, Now next, I'm gonna shred just a little bit of the mild cheddar cheese. All right. Okay. And next, I'm going with the Kobe Jack. Okay. Now I've shredded all I'm gonna shred. I'm gonna go ahead and get the water boiling or the chicken broth going for the elbow noodles. I got these elbow noodles. Now I'm gonna boil the noodles with chicken broth. All right. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of water. I'm gonna pour some water in here and then pour it in the bowl. Okay. With that going, it's supposed to help season the noodles. I'm gonna put a little bit of accent in here. So I gotta let the water boil. By the time the water is boiling, um, I should be done with the cheese sauce. Should be. Okay, so next, let's set this to the side. All right. I use a lot of these bowls. Alright, so we're gonna cut up the rest of the cheese because it takes too long to grate it. I don't have time to grate grade all of it. But this is what I got graded so far. So we might use this for the top of the macaroni to top it off. And I'll put some inside the macaroni as well. I'm cutting them into very thin things. And I put them in. So the slice looks about like this. That's the width. So I'm cutting like that. This is just kind of gonna kill the time. Maybe I should do it now. I'll do it this way. Ooh, just peel it up. But I've been told that the best cheese to use is the block cheese when you're making homemade macaroni anyway. I'm gonna do a couple more. Set this to the side. I think this was the mild cheddar. The Gouda cheese. The smaller ones are easier. Like the small blocks of cheese is easier to cut. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of this. This is the extra sharp cheddar cheese. All right, so I cut the cheese up into little cube pieces. like this, so to help move the process a little faster instead of shredding. So I guess as long as they're like small, it'll melt enough for me to make the cheese sauce. Because I don't have time to keep shredding that cheese like that. All right. And so this is it, the cheese on the knife, and I'm just gonna plop it in the bowl. So finding a faster way to do this. So I'm gonna split it in half this time. Split it in, yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm splitting it in half like this. All right. Then I'm gonna just put them together. Chop it up. And now they like this size now. Still the same size. This is faster. So, I'll show you. This should be enough cheese for the, hopefully, should be enough cheese for the cheese sauce. So that really worked out. It's like, bro, we get this cheese sauce going. Now, I sound like I hear the water boiling for the noodles, but I'm not gonna put the noodles in there just yet. I have to step away from the camera. I'll be right back. Okay, this is my other electric cooking thing. This cooks really fast, so I have to be careful with this one. All right, now let's get into making the cheese sauce. Okay, this is the more intense part of the mac and cheese. So let's see. All right, first thing I'm gonna get some this some flour. I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn this on low. Okay, just one more. So it's on low. All right, let me get. All right, so now what I'm about to do is make like a little roux thing before I put the cheese in here. All right, so what you'll need is some cooking oil, but today I'm going to be using some olive oil. You want to grease the bottom of the pan. Olive oil comes out kind of slow. I'm gonna put like a good amount at the bottom. Alright, that should be good. Then, normally I would have onions. I'm gonna put some minced garlic in the pan, but I don't have time to cut up any onions, so I got some onion powder. The onion powder will do the trick. Alright, and I'm gonna use some accent and black pepper. So now we got the oil in there. We're gonna take the minced garlic. And you're gonna need some flour. Alright, and periodically, I might turn this off because this thing cooks really fast. So make sure. Okay. So now I'm gonna take, like, I want to say this is a small spoon, tablespoon, whatever, teaspoon. Take some garlic, minced garlic, like that. If you want to use fresh garlic, you can. If you got time to cut it up, I don't have time. So this is about how much you might need right here. We're gonna put that in there like that. And we're gonna take a little bit of flour. So we're gonna take this onion powder, like that. Now I'm gonna have to cut it off because this cookie too bad already. All right, so I'm gonna take the what's this? Accent, black pepper. All right, and put that. Then we're gonna just mix that up together like that. All right, that's what we want to get right there. All right, next I'm gonna go in. This is like a little roux, okay? So next I'm gonna go in with my heavy, with my milks. So I'm gonna use like maybe 3 milks. I'm gonna use some heavy, heavy whipping cream, some condensed milk, and I may use regular milk. I'll just see here in a minute. So that was it. That was easy. My milk here. Let's see what I do. Not condensed. I always say condensed. What you're going to be using is evaporated milk. I'm sorry, evaporated milk. All right. So, so I already had some in my little container here. So. I'm trying to see why. Hold on. I'm trying to see why this one. Okay. I have to adjust the lighting here. Oh. All right. Let's. My phone is getting low, so let me charge it. Okay. There we go. Alright. Okay, let's see. Okay, I guess that's a little bit better. Alright, so bring it back down. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back over. I had to charge my phone up because it was getting low. So now, I think you can see that. All right. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and pour my evaporated milk in here. I might add a little more, but so I use evaporated milk. This is optional. You don't have to use evaporated milk if you don't want to. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the heavy cream. I'm about to turn this back on here in a minute. So I'm eyeballing it. I'm gonna use like half of this. See how this goes. And I'm also gonna use some Philadelphia cream cheese. This is optional too, but I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna use just a little bit of this cream cheese. Put it in there like this. All right. Now I'm about to turn this back on. Now I'm about to go ahead and put the noodles in the boiling water. So that's on. So you're gonna take a whisk. You're gonna keep stirring this. So everything. Then I'm gonna add in the cheese once this gets back hot again. I'm kind of eyeballing it to see if I need some more heavy cream, which I probably will put some more, add more to it. Don't want this to stick. All right. So I'm gonna add a little bit more heavy cream. Should do it. Right now I'm gonna go in with the seasoning. I'm gonna take some onion powder, season this. Accent, you can use salt if you use, I don't use salt that much, so I use accent. Some black pepper. I'm gonna use a little bit of paprika. All right. Now it's bubbling, so I'm gonna go ahead and stir that a little more. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in the cheese, the block cheese that we just did. So this can be melting. Now it's just a lot of stirring. Okay, we're gonna go in with some of the shredded cheese that I did earlier. And we're gonna save some for the top layer of mac and cheese. So let me just kind of take my finger and kind of mixing it in. All right. Okay, I'm gonna save that much for the top layer. All right. There should be enough cheese. If I look and see if it's not, I'm gonna just have to cut up some more. But I think this is good. So then we're gonna take your whisk. We're gonna go and just kind of keep on stirring this. That cheese is melting. So I have to stay stirring this and keep an eye on this because, like I said, this electric thing that I got right here, it cooks so fast, and if I don't like keep staying on it, it'll stick, and I don't want that to happen. And then it might burn at the bottom, so I just have to keep stirring. But this is what the cheese sauce should like look like or whatever. So it's getting to that point where it's looking like I want it to look kind of thick. So, but it needs to. Most of the cheese is melted. So from now on, when I make mac and cheese, I'm not gonna sit and shred the whole block again. Never again. I'm just gonna cut them up. So actually, it looks like the little quick cubes that I did. It did help for it to melt. But you want to cut them in small little cubes so that the cheese can melt. So I'm gonna start doing that from now on, and then just maybe shred just a little bit, and just put on the top layer when I put it in the pan to put it to bake it in the oven. So this is looking good so far. Then I'm gonna have to turn it off here in a minute, but looking good so far. All right, so I'm gonna check on my noodles right quick. You want the noodles to cook about like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. If that, I want it cooking no longer than that because you're gonna bake it in the oven. So I think I'm gonna go over there and check the noodles. So the cheese melted, so that was perfect. I'm about to turn this off now. All right, let that go. About to go check the noodles here in a second, making sure this don't stick. Okay, good. So now it's this way. so the noodles are almost done. I just let them sit in there for like 1 minute while I clean up my mess so I can get this mac in the pan. Alright, I'm gonna unplug this now. So we gotta strain the noodles a little bit, so go ahead and get the strainer. Get my seasoning back over here. Alright, so now I'm about to get a pan here in a minute. Pour this sauce in there. I only use 1 box of noodles. So, alright, move this over. So what I like to do is I'm gonna get a bigger pan, and then I'll put them into a small pan because I want to make sure the cheese and stuff is mixed together when I'm doing the mixing. Okay. Okay, so this bigger pan is I'm just gonna mix everything in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain the noodles. Okay, so normally If you let the noodles sit for a minute, you have to put butter in it so that they won't stick. But I'm not, in that case, I'm not doing that right now because I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it. So I'm putting the noodles in a big thing. So this will be like a good size. All right, I should have enough cheese sauce. I should. Okay. So I'm gonna pour the cheese sauce in here. Take a spoon, and I'm just gonna stir. Let me make sure. I'm kind of eyeballing it. I don't want it to be too soupy. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna stir this right quick. And whatever cheese sauce I have left, I'll probably put it up in the fridge and make another pan later on. Okay, looks good. I might add a little bit more cheese sauce though. And I'm gonna season it some more. So I'm using garlic powder, onion powder, accent black pepper, and a little bit of paprika. About used all this accent, so. Alright, let me get the garlic powder. Alright. The key to having good macaroni and cheese is season it. Season it. So this is why I use the big pan to help me stir so I can incorporate all these ingredients in so they can be stirred in real good. Alright. And then next I'm going to add a little bit of, from what I'm going to use for the top, just add a little bit of the shredded cheese to it and mix that in. Then I'm going to pour some more of the hot cheese sauce on it. We just need just a little bit for the top part of the mac and cheese, because sometimes when I bake mac and cheese and I put a lot of cheese on there, that cheese get hard once it like cools off. So I don't even really want too much too much cheese on the top. So that's, I'm gonna say that for the top. I don't want too much of that in. So next I'm gonna go in with some more cheese sauce. Like I said, I'm just kind of eyeballing it right now. All right, so this might be good. This is gonna be very creamy and cheesy. That's how I like my mac and cheese. So this is one box, okay? One box of the elbow macaroni. So after I stir, make sure that the shredded cheese is mixed in there well, real good. I'm gonna go back in and season it one more time, because sometimes you gotta season this mac and cheese. If not, it's gonna taste bland. It's gonna taste plain. So just season. Excuse my language. Season the hell out of it, okay? You don't want no bland, unseasoned macaroni and cheese, baked macaroni and cheese. All right, so go in one more time with all the seasonings that I normally use. So some black pepper, some onion powder, a little bit paprika, a little bit garlic powder, And last but not least, accent. I gotta open up another thing. Accent. All right. So now I'm about to preheat my oven here in a second. So this accent is gonna give it a lot of flavor. Don't be stingy with the accent because we want this to be very flavorful, okay? So accent is 60%, I guess it's, 60% less sodium than salt. So when I make mac and cheese or anything, I really don't use salt. I just use accent. I don't like to eat salty foods, and when somebody do make something real salty, I can't even eat it because if it's too salty, I can't eat it. But that accent helps even out the saltiness. It just gives it more flavor than like I said, a lot of sodium. So we're gonna stir these seasonings in real good. The mac and cheese is actually looking like how I want it. So I still have some cheese sauce left. That's cool. I'm gonna just put it in a container and put it up in the fridge, use it for another time. So as I went, I was kind of eyeballing it because I didn't want it to be too soupy like with the noodles. So that way when it bakes good, you know. But at the same time, I don't want my mac and cheese to be dry. I want it to be creamy. So this will make a creamy mac and cheese. All right, so I don't have to put any more seasoning in it. Now I'm about to incorporate this into a smaller pan. So you would need a bigger like pan to stir everything. So that's what I did. Makes it a lot easier. So now I'm about to move this cheese sauce. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my oven. Now my oven gives me problems sometimes, so we'll see. I'll start. All right, got the light. All right, so now, I'm taking two of these smaller pans, and then I'm just gonna pour it in there. Right. This thing. Ooh, excuse me. All right, so might have to get the spatula here in a minute. But this is family, so I have to be careful with this. Just pour this in a small one. Oh, look at that. All right, so the rest, I'm gonna get a spatula. You don't want to leave nothing out. All right. All right, I'm gonna smooth that out. All right, so I might shred a little bit more, but what I'm gonna do is shred as I go. So this is in the bowl, I'm gonna pour it in there, and then I'm gonna get the shredder and shred a little bit of the other cheese on top. All right, so now we're just topping it off with the cheese. All right, so here I go shredding as I go. So I got my cheeses here, so I'm gonna go in with some Gouda. Gouda cheese. All right. I think this is the because I use all the sharp cheddar, so this is the mild cheddar, cheese. Going with this. All right. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Colby Jack cheese. All right, this should be good. And all right, so that's good. Then I'm going to take some parsley and put it over the top. You don't have to do that. That's optional. I'm just extra. Okay. So take some. Now, if you got some real, parsley, you can some fresh parsley. You can cut it up. But I don't be having time. I'm a lazy cook. I'm a good cook, but a lazy cook. So I'm gonna just go ahead and sprinkle some of this on there. You might. I think you let this bake. You kind of just eyeballing it. I think you let it bake for like 20 minutes or something like that, 25 or something. Don't want to let it stay in there too long because, like I said, that cheese get hard if you leave it in there too long, and then your mac and cheese will come out dry. So you want it to stay kind of creamy, so you don't want to bake it forever. You just want to bake it to make sure all the cheese is sauce and stuff. I'm taking some parsley. Matter of fact, before I do that, I'm just gonna make sure this cheese is spread it around evenly at the top. All right, which is good. All right, take some parsley, put it on there for like a little garnish. What they say, presentation. All right, so that's it, and I'm gonna place it in the oven. Go ahead and start working on the candy yams. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And I'm about to put it in the oven. The oven is ready. That was perfect time. I'm gonna put it on the bottom rack, like that. Okay, so I put it on the bottom rack because if you wanted to, early, I normally put my stuff on the bottom rack. Okay, so. All right, now I gotta clean up my mess. This should take me a minute, and then we're gonna go ahead and do this. These candied yams. So give me like 120 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. I gotta get. Okay, so if you're just now tuning in, I already got the collard greens on the stove. The dressing is already done. I just put it in a little smaller bowl. Now we're working on the candy yams. We're moving right along, and then after the candy yams, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the peach cobbler, and I'm also going to do the little mini cheesecake, peach cobbler cheesecake. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I got my potatoes. oven is crazy. It gives me problems sometimes, so I have to periodically check on it. So. All right. So now we're back at the potatoes. That's what we were doing earlier. We're gonna make the potatoes like on my in my electric pot thing. We're gonna do it on the top of the stove. I know some people bake theirs, but we're not gonna bake them today. From what I heard, the candy yams done on top of the stove is better than doing them in the oven anyway. So, all right. So I think this was the knife I used. Oh, I hate my oven. Oh, okay. Hopefully it'll stay on. All right, what was I doing? Okay, so I'm about to finish cutting up these potatoes right quick. So I'm cutting them like this size width. I'm sorry. And then from my understanding, so this is my first time making candy yams. So like homemade. I normally used to cook them out the can, but I don't like the cans. So I said one day I'm gonna try to make them homemade. So this is my first time actually making them like homemade. So I'm gonna see how they turn out. They should turn out good. Like I said, periodically, I'm gonna go on my laptop here in a minute, and there's a couple of YouTubers that I watch, just to go in to see what all ingredients that I need. I know I need brown sugar, cinnamon. I don't have nutmeg, but that's okay. Some flavoring, I want to say vanilla flavoring or something like that, and a stick of butter. And so once I finish cutting these. So this might be there might be a part 2. Reason why I say that, because I gotta let everything bake. But if everything's finished baking by the time, but I doubt it. So what I may have to do is once I put everything in the oven, I just have to go offline for about 30 minutes or an hour. And then I'll hop back on and show y'all like how everything looked after it, it baked. Because the peach cobbler has to bake a little bit. So maybe by the time after I finish doing the peach cobbler. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this is so small. So with this, I try to get all smaller potatoes, but this one is huge. The smaller ones cut better. I'm gonna have to think of a different way to cut this. There we go. Y'all can see here. All right. All right. And then they turn out like this. So we got that going. Got that done. So now I gotta get this ingredients. So I know we're gonna need a stick of butter. And I'm about to go on my laptop here. So if you see me like looking over here, that's because I'm trying to make sure I got all the ingredients that I need for these candied yams. All right. So this particular YouTube, her name is Bridginal Cooks. And this is where I'm getting the recipe to make the candied yams. So here she goes. Let's see what she say. I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. So let's see. We got it on 38. That might be too high. Let's do it like that. Okay, let's see what she say.
Candy yams is a non-negotiable for Thanksgiving, and we're making them in 20 minutes. And if the juice isn't thick, I don't want it. First things first, rip the crusts off of your potatoes, then cut them into half-inch rounds. Just make sure you're not making them too thin or thick. Once you're done cutting everything up, heat up a pan to medium-low, add in 1 stick of butter, some brown sugar.
I didn't realize I didn't charge my phone, and it has gone dead. My other phone. Oh, I have to take time and charge it. Hold on. All right. I know Facebook is probably mad at me now because I was live with them and it cut me off. So, all right. So let's see what we're gonna do next. Okay. I'm gonna take this. She said we need to melt a whole stick of butter. So that's what I'm going by. What she say now? We'll see. All right, so we got a butter. I think cinnamon is next. Oh, here we go. Cinnamon, brown sugar. And I'm gonna need an orange as well. So I'm gonna get the orange out. All right. Regular sugar. All right, I'm about to check my rotisserie chicken. So, oh yes. Okay. So we got the sugar, got the white sugar, and then the brown sugar. I want to say let me see if she used a cup.
And if the juice isn't thick, I don't want it. First things first, rip the clothes off of your potatoes, then cut them into half-inch rounds. Just make sure you're not making them too thin or thick. Once you're done cutting everything up, heat up a pan to medium-low, adding 1 stick of butter, some brown sugar, some granulated sugar, and then give it a good stir. And if this is too much sugar,
Okay.
we'll make something.
She didn't say how much sugar. So I'm guessing a cup of each. A cup of regular sugar and a cup of brown sugar. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and let this butter melt. It's about 200, maybe there. Okay. Let that melt. I'm gonna get my measuring cup. All right, so that butter is melting. So I might have to get a spoon. Maybe a spoon. Let's see if I have another measuring cup. So I have one more cup. Cup of brown sugar. Okay, I'm just making sure this is all the way melted before I put the regular sugar and the brown sugar in here. While that's melting, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my orange in half. Because we're gonna use fresh orange juice for the yams. Okay, why did it stop? Okay. So the butter, the one stick of butter has melted. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my brown sugar. Okay. 1 cup. And my regular white sugar. And with the cinnamon. And I think she said she used a whole orange juice. I mean, a whole orange, okay? Sorry. Alright, so I'm about to go back on my laptop and see what she said about the orange. Okay, she's...
The butter, some brown sugar, some granulated sugar, and then give it a good stir. And if this is too much sugar for you, go make something else. Okay. You're gonna add in 1 whole orange, give that a good stir. The sauce should be really smooth.
Okay, so she said 1 whole orange. So I'm just gonna take the orange, make sure, you know, I'm gonna take the orange and just squeeze. I'm gonna do one at a time because now I don't know why you have to put orange juice in candy yams. I've seen online some people use lemon juice, so I guess I don't know. I guess it helps make it taste better. I don't know. That's why I'm glad I looked online for the recipe because I had no clue how to make candy yams. Because like I said, this is my first time making homemade candy yams. So what happened was, what had happened was, like I said earlier, Facebook. My phone died, right? So before I started recording, I forgot to plug the phone up into the charger. And so during the middle of the live, I'm glad before the live cut off with Facebook, I told them that there will probably be a part 2 of this. And then what I do is I am going to go back live here in the next hour or so once everything is finished baking. The mac and cheese and the mac and cheese and the macaroni finished baking. Then I'll tell them to go onto YouTube and finish watching what they missed before, you know, the phone got cut off. So I think that's all the juice out of here. So I'm glad I said that. So see, with y'all, I had already plugged that phone in. So I have 2 phones, a tablet, and a laptop. So I had y'all going on all devices, okay? I was just trying to multitask, okay? So I'm almost, let's see, we got the rest of that orange juice. So we used the whole orange, right? Okay, I'm about to stir. Okay, just like the sauce. Here's my first time. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, because I'm kind of eyeballing this, and it really don't look like enough, because enough of this sauce stuff. But they said once the sweet potatoes cook, they release water. So I might just get like another half of everything. Oh, I gotta make some vanilla flavoring as well. So let me get that. I almost forgot. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. I'm not gonna measure it. Maybe like a teaspoon or whatever. So tablespoon. Just kind of eyeball it. So like I said, I'm gonna get another half a stick of butter. I just want to make sure it's enough of this sauce for the yams, candy yams, because I don't want no dry candy yams. Okay. So take it back. I'm only gonna use a half a stick of butter. Since all right, just want to make sure that this is gonna be enough. All right. Then I'm gonna go back in with a half a cup of each of those. All right, so I got 2 half a cups, and I'm gonna go back in with some sugar and some brown sugar. Like I said, I want to make sure this is enough sauce. I'd rather have more than enough than not enough, and then it be dry and stuff. So I don't have time for it. So we're gonna let this melt, butter melt. So these are gonna be good. Okay, these are gonna be really good. I'll let that butter melt. So while that's melting, I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up some. So my recording cut off. Okay, so now on my tablet, I guess I recorded enough. I ran out of storage on my tablet, right? So now I'm gonna go live, try to go live on Facebook on my tablet. I don't know. If I can see where I come to a point where I can go back on Facebook live and go back and go live, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try to let this melt some more. Okay, so that's half a stick. Go in with my brown sugar. That's half a cup. And go in half a cup of the regular sugar. Now this is the second portion of this, because like I said, I just want to make sure it's enough, because look at all these potatoes I have. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little dab more of this vanilla, imitation vanilla flavoring. Some cinnamon. Like I said, you can add a pinch of nutmeg, but I just don't have no nutmeg right now. And now I'm about to go in with these potatoes. Stir this in. Now I did get 2 oranges. I don't know if I need to get another orange or not. Probably not. We'll just stick with this. Alright, now I'm gonna to place the potatoes in here. Alright, they say they make their own water, so they say once it cooks down, the potatoes will get kind of watery a little bit, but that helps, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is let these cook, let them simmer for, I guess, 20 minutes. I'm gonna go back online and see what she say, how long you let them cook, and take the juice and just kind of go over them. And from my understanding, there was one content creator on here on YouTube was saying something about letting the top be like half off the sweet potatoes because it cooks better that way. Some kind of recipe he said his grandma told him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. So I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. And then we'll go ahead and get this peach cobbler going. Alright, so I hope this is enough. I hope it turned out good. Or somebody put the top on these. And he said like kind of slant. So like this, just kind of leave it. Don't completely put it on there all the way, but just kind of slant it like that. He said something about it helps it to get. I'll go back and play the video, see what he said. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it just like that, and set this to the side. Now in a minute, I'm gonna try to see if I can go back live on Facebook. I'll give that a try for 1 minute. If not, then I'll just stay with y'all, and I'll just tell them they just need to come to YouTube. Alright. So next up, we're gonna go ahead and start on this peach cobbler, and we're gonna do the mini cheesecakes too. So I'm gonna clean up my mess. Give me about a couple of minutes to clean up, and I'll get back. I'm gonna need butter for the peach cobbler. Alright, so I do need butter and cinnamon for the peach cobbler. And what I'm going to be using for peach cobbler too is going to be this 9-inch pie crust, because I'm going to cut the pie crust into layers, and it's going to top the peach cobbler off. Mm. All right. So I got some sliced peaches. These are the Del Monte sliced peaches. I got 3 big cans, but I'm gonna use 2 cans for one and 1 can for the small mini cheesecake, peach cobbler cheesecake. So I'm thinking that the yams might take like maybe 20, 30 minutes to cook, I guess. Now I'm about to use my electric can opener to open these cans. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So what I may have to do is move you guys over here to the stove because my other pans, everything I have else is dirty, and I got the yams in that. So I'm gonna move you here in a second. All right, so I'm about to move y'all over here to the stove. Let's see. I'm bring it down just a little bit. All right, there you go. All right. Ooh, move you back. Maybe bring you up. So, okay. I think you can see. Yeah, you can see. So I got the stove on now. Let's see which side. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter in here. But right now I'm using a half a stick. This is a half a stick. All right. While this butter is melting, I'm going to try to go on my other device and see if I can go live on Facebook right quick. Just give me 2 minutes. So I'm gonna have to charge my tablet in order to go live on there, so I'm not gonna worry about that. But is the butter? Okay, the butter is melting. So I'll be right back. Alright, so next I'm going to need half a cup of sugar, half a cup of brown sugar. and 1 cup of white sugar. Cinnamon. And vanilla flavoring. Okay, stir that all in. Then you're gonna take your peaches. And so I like to add like little dumplings to mine, so I'm gonna take some biscuits. So this is just a half a can of the buttermilk biscuit right here. So I might use a couple of them. Then we're gonna put this other can of peaches in here as well. Alright. We're gonna let this simmer for a bit. Alright. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the So however many biscuits in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not gonna use all of these, but maybe 2 or 3. Let me use 2 or 3 biscuits. And then you just want to take the biscuit and just kind of dip them in there. You want to do them very small because once it starts cooking, these dumplings will like expand. So you're gonna do them kind of small. So I'm just gonna use, I'm just gonna use 3 biscuits. That's it. For the dumpling. So. to check my mac and cheese. I'm gonna store this in first. You know, I may kind of eyeballing it. I may go ahead and use those other 2 biscuits. So. Checking the collard greens. They good. Alright. Now we're going to let this cook and simmer until the peaches get a little bit more tender. And also the dumplings can be done too as well. So I'm going to set a top on this and let this simmer for, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Let's see. So I'm going to put the top on there. Okay, let that go. Make sure it's not too dry. Let that simmer. Oh, shoot, I forgot to put the other. Almost forgot. So this was a half a can of biscuits for the dumpling. This is optional. You don't have to use the biscuits for the dumpling. You can just use whatever crust you want, but I like to use the dumpling. Okay. Now, I'll let this cook. Okay, now we're gonna get started on the mini cheesecake thing. So I'm about to move y'all back over to the other area. Okay. So, just finishing up the candy yams, checking on them. They're not done yet. So they do make its own water. I see that now. Okay. Set the lid back on here like this. Give it crack some. Alright. Oh, chicken and mac and cheese. I'm going to this. I'm gonna set it right now. Alright. So I'm about to open these cans of peaches to do the peach cobbler cheesecake. Now with this, I'm going to have to cut these peaches a little bit smaller for the cheesecake. So with this, I'm going to be using the no bake cheesecake from Philadelphia. This is what I'm going to be using. And my little crackers. So I'm gonna just do 6 for right now. So these right here, the graham cracker toast. So it's gonna be real easy cheesecake. But first, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take the pie crust and cut it into strips for the regular peach cobbler. So that is They still have to go somewhere. Now the peaches are almost done, so I'm just waiting on them to get done so I can pour it in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do pie crust. So with the pie crust, we're just gonna take a pizza cutter, and this is already made pie crust that I bought from Walmart. So it's like like a Pillsbury, but I think this is the Walmart brand. And we're gonna do this to make like little strips across the top for the peach cobbler. So I'll show you in a minute. Just wanna roll this out. Make sure it's all the way rolled out. So this is easy, it's already made, so you don't have to do too much. And you want to cut these, I'm going to go in line and cut them like this. Hopefully by the time I finish this, the peaches will be ready and the dumpling will be ready. So I'm just going to take the pizza cutter, cut. So mine is like about this size right here. So I'm gonna leave it like this size. Alright. So let me go over here and check on the peaches, see if they're ready. So next what I'm about to do is make an egg wash. I'm gonna take an egg, put a little water in it, stir it so I can wash the pie crust so that when I bake it in the oven, the pie crust can get brown evenly and won't burn. So now I'm about to crack the egg and add a little water to the egg. This is how you make the egg wash. Just add some water. Just a little. And then I'm gonna take my whisk and stir it. Then I'm gonna take this. I forgot what this is called, but I'm gonna take it and wash use it to put this on the packers. All right, so mix. Set this to the side, and then I'm gonna dip the peach cobbler and the dumplings. So you know what? I'm gonna leave this right here, and I'm gonna bring that over here. Okay, now I'm about to pour the peaches and the dumplings into the pot. You want to leave all the juice on there. You don't want to strain the juice. I like mine. All right. And you're going to take your pie crust that you cut. I'm going to put this cream and cheese back in the fridge. Then I'm going to just start placing the we're going to go in with some going this way and then some going the other way. I'm kind of spacing them apart. Take that in. Now I'm just going to go across. I just cut a little bit so my oven is acting up now. Okay. Just have a few more pieces. Alright, and I'm just gonna place these on here. Got that piece there. Next, I'm going to just take the egg wash and just put this over, just a little dab over the pie crust. And then after I do that, I'm gonna stick it in the oven. Just let it bake for, I don't know, till you see the pie crust is brown, golden brown. So this egg wash is gonna help that out. Oh shoot. Alright, and put it all just on, just focusing on putting it on the pie crust strips. Yeah, just put it on the pie crust strips. Use a little dab more. That's it. I'm gonna place this in the oven. I'm gonna set it on my bottom rack. So now I'm about to check on the candy yams, see how they doing. It should be about done. Kind of wait till they get soft. Okay. Okay. Here. That is one. Okay. They still need to cook more. Look like it's getting there. I see you have to stir them kind of periodically. So.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, well, that's you. Okay.
You want to let those go? Now I'm about to get started on making the mini peach, mini cheesecake peach cobblers. I heard it. Mini peach, I don't know how to say it. Mini peach cobbler cheesecake. I love it. All right, now for the mini peach cobbler cheesecake, I'm gonna have to cut the peaches into smaller size so I can put it on top of the cheesecake because the peaches are just too big for that. 'Cause, I'm just gonna take a spoon. I'm gonna get like a little bowl, put it in. This bowl will do. And get some peaches out of here. I'm just draining the juice off of it. Alright. Now I'm just gonna take them and cut them into smaller pieces. Okay, so this will be my first time making the peach cobbler cheesecake. So I hope it turns out good. If it does, I will make them more often, but I just want to try it out and see. So we're only gonna make 6 of these for right now. So I think I might cut up just a few more peaches and that should do it. This should be enough. So what I'm about to do is go to the stove. I might bring y'all with me, but it's just gonna be the same thing as you making the bigger peaches. It's just that these are just gonna be smaller. That's all. And I'm not gonna put no biscuit in it for a dumpling. So with these, it's just gonna be, because this is gonna be the topping for the cheesecake. Alright, let me close y'all back up too. I was trying to wait till the yams finish. They still gotta cook more. I'm about to close that door in a minute. Christmas dinner will be almost done in about, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes or an hour, I guess. Not that long. My plan is to eat like at 1 o'clock because I have to go to work at 3. So if I eat at 1, I should be good. Everything should be done by then, by 1. It's actually taken a while, a while for the candy yams to, I guess, cook. But I don't know how long they take. Yeah. But I'm looking at them; they're still not ready. So I'm gonna let them go until I see them get a little bit more tender and they look ready. So now we're gonna go ahead. I chopped up the peaches into smaller pieces like this. I'm about to go over to the stove and just do the same thing I did. You want to melt the butter first. Then you put you some brown sugar, some regular white sugar, some vanilla flavoring, and some cinnamon. Let that simmer, and this is gonna be the topping for the cheesecake, and that's the last thing, and then I'll be done. I'll be done. The cheesecake is actually already. It's a no bake cheesecake, so it's not gonna take me long. The only thing I would like to do is let this cool off after I finish, and then just put that on top of the cheesecake. So, so that should be easy. So since there's a little bit of peaches, I'm just gonna use my smaller pan and put everything in there. So I'm gonna just go ahead and incorporate everything now, and then place this over to the stove and let it be simmering and things. So I'm just gonna move this out the way. And I think there will be a part 2 of this. So once I'll show you how I do. It's easy. I'm gonna take the brown sugar, regular sugar, cinnamon, and all that stuff, and put it on here. Let it simmer, and I have to let it cool off anyway before I even make the cheesecake. So in part 2, when I come back, everything should be done, and then I'll show y'all how I do the peach cobbler cheesecake. But I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate this, and then I'm going to end this live. There will be a part 2 as well, just like I told Facebook, the part 2. So by that time, all of my devices should be back charged up. I'm sorry, all of my devices should be back charged up, and I'll be able to do a part 2 here in a little while. So maybe here in the next hour, I'll be able to do that. So let me go ahead and finish this, and once I finish this, I'm going to end this live, and so that way everybody can enjoy the rest of their Christmas. So I'm before I forget, I'm gonna take some of this juice. You want to take and you want to pour that just a little bit. Oh, one big peach fell in there. This, because it's still like a little bit of juice from that, but I'm gonna take a little bit more. I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. All right, now I'm gonna get my butter. And then while I'm offline, I'm going to be cleaning up. By the time I finish cleaning up, which should take about maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I should be ready to go back live again to do the part 2. So I would say about an hour. I'm gonna come back in an hour, and everything should be done within the next hour. So now I'm about to take the butter. This is how you do the peach cobbler, but it's gonna be in a minute. So I'm gonna just take some slices and put them in here, like maybe 4 slices. Should be good. Maybe, yeah. Butter makes everything better. Okay. Use like 4 slices of butter, since this is just a smaller thing. All right. I'm gonna take some vanilla. This is imitation vanilla flavoring. I'm gonna just eyeball it, about that much. That's good. I'm gonna take some cinnamon, ground cinnamon. Lots of cinnamon. I might go back in with some. And we're gonna get our brown sugar and our regular sugar. Alright. And I'm just gonna pour this. So this is some brown sugar. This is less than half of a cup. So I'm just only gonna use smaller portion. And also this is less than half of a cup of the white sugar. So I'm just using smaller portions since this is all we're using. So just gonna put that brown sugar in there. Regular sugar. It might be enough, I hope. And then I'm gonna take the peaches and put them in here. Okay, I'm gonna get a spoon and stir. I'm gonna put this in there. Stir that really good. Put this on top of the stove. Let it simmer until the peaches get very tender. And this is gonna be the topping for the peach cobbler cheesecake. Because you also have to let the butter melt as well. So it looks like this for right now. But you gotta let that butter melt. So I'm gonna end this live. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Part 2 is coming soon. So stay tuned. So within the next hour or so. Alright. So I'm gonna end this and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye.